Hi guys, my name is Kelly. I'm with fitnessblender.com and today I've got a bodyweight only upper body workout for you with a little bit of cardio mixed in there as well. So like I mentioned, you won't need any equipment at all for this. You can do this anywhere. I've included both your warm-up and your cool down, and I'll also provide low impact or beginner modifications all throughout. Let's go ahead and get started. Alright guys, we're starting off nice and light here with a simple boxer shuffle or march in place. We're kind of just getting moving, especially if you've been sedentary for a prolonged period of time, sitting at your computer for work or something like that. You're going to want to do maybe a little bit more of a warm-up, otherwise this should be good. We're going to be focusing on the upper body, but we're going to be doing a lot of exercises that involve our total body. So going to kind of touch on all these muscles, wake everything up so we're ready to work hard. So we're doing each one of these intervals for 25 seconds apiece, no rest in between, so a really quick transition. Next up, we're going to be doing shoulder rolls. All of these exercises should feel really great if you've been sitting all day. So back and then forward, just kind of alternating back and forth, getting as much range of motion out of it as you can, kind of trying to exaggerate the motion. Try to go bigger each time you go around. All right, in about 5 seconds, we're going to switch to big arm circles, and we're going to go forward first. So again, that exaggerated motion, forward. I'm going to throw in a butt kicker in here too, because I want to warm up my lower body a little bit as well. So you can alternate if you like to get a good stretch through your torso as well. Just kind of do whatever you, get a little freestyle in there, change it up a little bit, whatever feels good for you. 5 more seconds and we're going to go the opposite direction. So same idea in reverse. And again, I'm going to keep my feet moving. It's easy to forget. Do at least a butt kicker, maybe throw in some high knees in there. Not working too hard yet, so keep it low intensity. Make sure you're breathing even during this warm-up. Remember, you can alternate sides to change up the stretch a little bit. Alright, so next up we're going to be doing an overhead stretch and then a toe touch. So slowly come up, even just stretch those forearms and fingers, everything there. And then come back up slowly, stretch up overhead again, and then back down so you get a little stretch through the back of your thighs, through your hamstrings. Mine are definitely talking to me. I did a lower body workout yesterday. A little bit sore. Alright, next up we're going to be doing a chest stretch plus a reach. I love this one. You reach forward, so you get a good stretch through your upper back and then through your chest. So again, really exaggerate the motion. We're going to be working both of these muscle groups today, so to make sure they're awake. Alright, 3 seconds, I'm going to switch to a walk down. So we're walking out incrementally to a tall plank. Take your time, kind of just warming up through all these ranges of motion. But you should start to pay attention to keeping your muscles nice and tight. So even here, even though we're working our upper body, keep your core pulled in. You can squeeze your glutes. You can really work all of your muscles, even with the ones that you're not directly targeting. Alright, next up we have a combo move. We're going to be doing a curl plus an overhead press and then step back behind yourself. So for now, we are just going through the motions. Later, we're going to be working against our own strength since we have no equipment. But right now, you're just going through the range of motion. So nice and easy. Again, throwing in a little bit of lower body work so you get that warmed up as well. Alright, next up we have bow and arrow twist. So coming to the center, reach to one side, pretend like you're pulling back, then come back, and return to the center to repeat on the opposite side. So I like this one. I like shooting bow and arrow. And also, it's a great torso stretch, I think. And you can make it strong, too. Focus on squeezing your muscles and contracting everything. It's surprising what you can do without any equipment. All right, next up we're going to do a warrior stretch lunge. So reaching back so you get stretch through the hip flexor as well as through your core and your upper body if you bring those arms back fast enough or far enough. Alright, we have just two more intervals after this. Alright, so next up we're going to be doing a lateral step. We're going to be opening up at the chest, so stepping back and behind ourselves. If you're starting to feel warm and if your legs aren't sore from a previous lower body workout, you can kind of start to even sink into a little bit of a lunge if you want to make it harder. All right, next up, our last interval is going to be jumping jacks. So if you want to keep it low impact, stay right here. And if you want to make it harder, pick up the pace and just make sure that you're landing nice and soft. Make sure that your arms are straight, and it's better to do it slower with a full range of motion than to do this. You don't want to do this. So get your arms all the way out. Take your time if you have to, and then pick up the pace as you get more comfortable. All right, that is our warm-up. We're gonna jump right into our routine. I'll be right back. All right, guys, so we're doing some nice long intervals here. We're going for 50 seconds on, 10 seconds rest. So nice quick transition again. We're starting off with push-ups. So I want you to do the hardest version you can as long as you can. The hardest version being a full push-up with your weight in your hands and your toes, otherwise drop to your knees. And just make sure you're keeping a straight line through your back. Keep your core pulled in as best as you can, and make sure that you're not holding your breath. If you get tired, you can always stop and rest here. Just make sure that you at least keep a bend in your elbows so you're still working those upper body muscles. Make sure you're not holding your breath. "20 seconds left. So this routine is going to be a bit of a burnout round because of those longer intervals. In the last 10 seconds here, let's just pulse. So going not to the top or the bottom, just pulsing right there in the middle. Make sure you're keeping your spine in alignment. Oh, that hurt already. Okay, so next up we're going to be doing a deadlift motion with a close row and a tricep extension. So you're going to keep your glutes nice and tight, pulling your core, come down, pull your arms up, and then extend back. Drop back down, and then let them loose in front of you. Squeeze your way up, and back down, pull in close, and extend. So for each of these movements, you can do this willy-nilly. You could watch this and see it looks ridiculously easy, and it is. But if you focus and you squeeze your muscles, this is what you have to do. If you have no weights, you have to focus, you have to tune in and squeeze those muscles. Work against your own strength, which means that this workout could be difficult for the most fit person on the planet because you're working against your own strength. So squeeze up, extend back, so you're targeting first that upper back and then those triceps, the back of your arms. All right, so next up we have an incremental bicep curl. So just like last time, we're going to be working against our own strength. So you have to really focus on this. So you're bringing your arms down and then just 1, 2, 3, and back down. 1, 2, 3. So you're kind of pushing and pulling at the same time. You're lowering your arms, but you're fighting against that with your own strength. And I'm already sweating. That's pretty good. So again, you can keep your posture good. Pull in your core. Make sure you're not holding your breath. Squeeze your glutes. Stand up nice and tall and just squeeze. You should feel this in the front of that arm right there. So it's a challenge. It's a different challenge because you have to stay present in your workout. You can't check out. You have to stay right there. It helps turn on some music. Put me on mute if you like. I won't be offended. And tune out to that music. Just focus. All right, so next we're gonna be doing tricep dips. So if you have a chair or a bench, you can use that. I'm gonna show you the completely equipment-free version. It's a little different, a little less range of motion, but you're putting your hands down and you can kick up 1 foot at a time if you like. So you're sending your arms, your elbows straight out back behind you. So again, you should feel this in the backs of those arms. So this is a total upper body workout. We're targeting everything, push muscles, pull muscles, arms, shoulders, chest, and upper back. There's definitely some core work in here as well. Should be burning by the end of that interval. 2 and 1. All right, so next up we're doing a walk down plus an opposite toe touch. So take a minute to shake out those arms as best as you can. It's a really short time period. You can always take longer breaks if you need them. So we're walking down 1 little bit at a time. Once you're extended, come up just enough to tap that opposite toe. So you're putting your You're making your arms work at all different points of range of motion. Seconds left. 10 seconds. Keep going if you can. Like I said, you can always stop and take an extra break. Just try to rest as quickly as you can and then get right back into it. All right, so next up we're doing a pull down to a windmill. So this is kind of a different one. So we're coming up, above. Once you're here, pretend like you've grabbed onto something and then pull it down like you're pulling it on top of yourself. Release your arms, come back up, and then repeat. So like I said, this is another one where it's completely up to you. Pull down like you're pulling down the heaviest weight. Relax at the bottom, extend your fingers, quick stretch, and repeat. That's our halfway point. This is an especially hard one to target without weights or equipment. It's a really different range of motion. It's like a pull-up motion. All right, so next up, we have just a quick bout of cardio to keep our heart rate high, maybe help us sweat a little more. We're gonna be doing a jumping jack plus a step or lunge back. So a little bit of coordination here. Make this as easy or as difficult as you like. I'm just stepping back behind myself. You can also go to a full lunge. Just depends, again, on whether your legs are sore or not. If you want low impact, just, oops, that's not low impact, here we go. Low impact, so you're just cutting out the jumps. You can still move quick, you can still sweat with low impact. So keep your motion strong and quick. Harder variation in the last 10 seconds. All right, so this is our first water break. Just take just a second. Don't stop moving, don't drink too much water, and we'll be right back. All right, I hope you had a good water break because we're back to work now. We're going to be doing a chest press plus extension. So you're going to be taking both hands, pressing your palms together as hard as you can without pain while you extend your arms out. So the exercise changes. So right here you should feel it, but then you're extending in front of your body and then back in. So I don't know if you can see my arms shaking already, but I'm definitely feeling this. So again, this is where you're working. It's you against you, so stay in there, focus, and just get comfortable with the discomfort, basically. So if you want to see from the side, again, this is a good time to pull in your core, squeeze your glutes, keep everything nice and tight, and focus on pressing those arms together evenly. Make sure you're not holding your breath. 15 seconds left. 10 seconds. All right, so let it relax real quick. Now we're gonna be doing a plank with a 3-way extension on each arms here. So you can go a half plank or you can go to a full plank, whichever one you need. But we're going to be going forward, down to the side, and then back. So try not to open your body up. Try to stay facing the ground so that all the work is coming from those back muscles. And I don't know if you can see my arm, but I'm shaking just a little bit here. I prefer strength training, but in a pinch, this kind of stuff is great. And clearly, I am not immune to it. If you can see my arm shaking, I'm struggling with this too. So don't feel bad if you are. You should be, that's the point. So like I said, you can drop down to that half plank if you like. So you can focus on the upper body, especially if your focus starts to change or if your abs get too tired. You want to keep the focus on this, in this particular routine, on your upper body. All right, there's another one down. So next up, we're gonna be doing a bicep curl with a high knee. So I want you to pull your leg up first so that you're focusing on your upper body strength. So pop that knee up there and then curl. So you're focusing on balancing while you're contracting those bicep muscles. Then drop that leg, come back up. And if you need to, you can hold on to something for balance, especially after working out halfway through the routine. You're going to be starting to get tired. You might start to waver a little bit. Just do the best you can. And if you need to, just stand there. If your balance is a little off today, or you're just not there yet, just stand there and focus on that upper body muscle exercise. Again, make sure you're not holding your breath. Ten seconds. All right, next up, we're gonna be dropping down to the floor again. All right, for a bird dog tricep push-up. So this is good. This is a good total body exercise. If I could talk, it's good for your core and your glutes and your upper body. So up on one side, up on the other, then hands nice and close, elbows tucked into your side. You're gonna do a tricep push-up. Then you come up and repeat on the, starting with the opposite side of the body. Tuck in nice and close. That should feel difficult right about now. There's our halfway point. Keep it going. Oops, I'm opposite side. There we go. Ten seconds. All right, so our next interval, we're going to step up the cardio a little bit, just momentarily. We're going to be doing a front kick burpee. So I'll show you how to do this if you're not looking to do any really intense cardio. Just walk down, step, step, back up, and then kick. And then you're going to start on the opposite side of the body, kick with the opposite side of the body the next time you're up. If you want to make it harder, just pop out, pop up. Oops, not the jump, sorry. Pop out, and then kick. And just keep that going at whatever pace you need to. That's our halfway point already. About 10 seconds left. Keep it going. Remember that easier interval. Just walking down, down, up, and up. Okay, so our next interval is going to be arm circles, which are always deceptively evil. They look so easy, but we're going to be doing half and half. So arms straight out, we're going forward first. So you're doing kind of small, controlled circles right around, right straight out from your shoulder joint. If you have a mirror, it's helpful to make sure that you are equal, so you're not doing arm circles. It's a good idea to try to get symmetrical. Equal strength on both sides. All right, 5 more seconds, and we're gonna reverse those circles. 2, 1, all right. Switch directions. Go to your happy place. Just breathe through it. If you need to, you can always drop those arms. Just shake them out and jump right back in. 5 seconds, keep them up there if you can. 2, and 1. All right, so next we're gonna be doing back bow pulses. So this is another one that's really good for our back, and it's gonna get our upper back as well. So we're gonna come up, arms over our heads, come up, pull down, really squeeze while you're hovering over the ground, extend back out and lower. So don't rest on the ground, just hover here, come right back up and do it again. Make sure you're not holding your breath. So if you want to make this easier, you can keep your hands right here. It reduces the weight you're lifting. You can also rest on the ground in between repetitions and just come back up. And then if you get brave, pull it, throw in that pull. Okay, so next up we're going to target a similar muscle group, the upper back again. So we're going to be doing a reverse fly, and we're also going to add in some pulses there. So back nice and flat, kind of butt out, stuck out behind you. You're just bringing those arms up, slow and controlled. Again, try to make sure that you're doing the same thing on both sides, coming up to the same height. Even without weight, it's important to develop balanced strength. So try to mimic, get those two sides as close as you can. Let's just throw in like 10 seconds of pulses right here. Just come up, slow, controlled, gentle. Just hold it up there. All right, back to those regular repetitions. And let's pulse again for the last 10 seconds. So right here, hold it up there, breathe through it. Ooh, okay, there we go. So next up, we're going to be doing a knee pull, punch, and switch. So a little bit of light cardio again, and to mix things up. So you're gonna grab a knee, and that reverse arm punches. Switch feet, grab, reverse arm punches. So move quickly once you get the idea of it. Jump, there we go. The brain challenge after that much hard work. So from the side, it's, what is it? It's a pull, punch, and jump. There we go. Pull, punch, and jump. This one makes me feel uncoordinated for some reason, but it's kind of fun too. If you want to cut out the jump, just step back, punch, step back. Okay, there we go. Now that we feel super uncoordinated, next up we're going to be doing a side push-up. So you can do this off of the floor or a wall. I'm going to use a wall, so you're just placing your hand on the wall and basically just leaning into it and pressing away. So it's all in that arm that you're leaning on. It's a really small range of motion. So just leaning in and pushing away. Again, you can keep everything nice and tight, make your whole body work while you're doing this relatively simple motion. You get a good whole body workout out of it. 20 seconds left. Five seconds. Okay, shake it out and get that next one ready. And just doing the same thing on the opposite side of the body. All right, here we go. Find your wall or your floor, lean into it, and press away. Try to make sure you're keeping your neck in alignment so you don't end up leaning this way or leaning away from yourself. Just keep good posture all throughout this exercise. All right, here's our halfway point. "15 seconds left. Keep it going. 3, 2, 1. All right, shake them out again. Next up, we're gonna be doing an overhead tricep extension. So this is an exercise that's usually done with a weight, which means that we're gonna be working against ourselves again. We have under 5 minutes of hard work left though, so keep going. So bend at the elbows and then come up over your head as if you're pressing away. So you're keeping your elbows stationary, but press away with those forearms. So you should feel that in the backs of your arms here, just like as if you were doing a tricep extension with a weight. "20 seconds, keep it going. "10 seconds. Whew. 2, 1. All right, so you have just a couple more here. We're gonna be doing a single pull down plus a step back. So we're incorporating lower body again. We're getting both arms up, kind of at an angle, and step back nice and strong, and then pull down and back. Again, nice and strong. So this is another one that you are providing your own resistance. So pull and pull hard. Pull while you're trying to push, if that makes sense. It's kind of a weird thing to try to describe, but you will know it when you will feel it. It should be uncomfortable and difficult. I think this kind of thing is good for practice, for strength training, honestly, because you start to learn exactly where you should feel those exercises, and you learn to contract the muscles so that you feel it better while you do it. All right, keep going. It's also a good time to practice form. All right, so next up, we're going to be doing 2 front kicks, 1 on each leg plus a side lunge. So this is gonna be our last cardio bout here, I believe. So 1 kick forward, the other kick forward, and then come down to tap that toe. Forward, forward, and toe. Oh, I lied, we do have a couple more intervals left. Please don't hate me. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. All right, there's the halfway point. Just keep going. Move as quick and sharp as you can. There's a lot of stuff going on here. You're using your core for those kicks, for lots of balance work, and then you target those glutes when you come down for that side lunge. About 10 seconds left. 2, 1. All right, so next up we're gonna be doing isolated on one side only, a wide row plus a fly again. So we're kind of targeting that upper back, helps with posture. So what we're gonna be doing is a wide row leading with that elbow as if you had a weight, drop back down, and then do a fly. So again, you're trying to keep your body facing down. Make sure you're not opening up, or else that's a different exercise. So you want to target the upper back, and pull back. So slow and controlled. This one feels awkward. You're leading with your elbow, keeping it straight out from the shoulder joint, but you should feel it in that upper back. Three, 2, and 1. All right, so we're gonna be doing the same thing on this opposite side this time. So again, you're leading with that elbow. Get comfortable here. So elbow, and then a fly. So again, make sure you're staying facing down. Keep your back nice and flat. All right, 25 seconds left until our cool down. Just keep it going. About 10 seconds left. Ooh. 5, 2, and 1. Okay. That's it for our actual workouts. Now we're going to cool down a little bit. So if you need to grab a drink of water, go ahead and do that. Take some nice deep breaths. Redo the ponytail if necessary. It's usually necessary for me. So kick out your legs a little bit, swing your arms around. Just generally kind of freestyle it. Where do you feel tight? Do some shoulder rolls, arm swings. Just kind of let your heart rate return to normal. Let some of that sweat dry off a little bit. All right, I think I'm gonna do some of the same exercises I did in the warm-up. Sound good right now. So big, exaggerated reverse circle on the one side. Do the same on the other. Just kind of go back and forth a few times here. So if you take your time with the stretch and kind of just let your body decide what to do, you find places where you feel tight, you find places that kind of more basic exercises, basic stretches might not quite get in the same way. Now let's do forward circles. So again, exaggerate the motion. You can feel a really good stretch in that shoulder joint this way. Just large forward circles. All right, one more on each side here. All right, now let's do a few shrugs. So forward and back, forward, kind of inch back and forth here, and back. Just take your time. And a couple rolls backwards. And a few forwards as well. All right, let's go overhead. So nice and slow, even stretch out those fingers. Take your time getting here. And once you're there, lean to one side, nice and slow, and then the other. So if you do this right, if you're mindful, you can feel this both through your shoulder and through your torso. So move in a way that you can stretch your entire body. Come to the center, come back down, we'll repeat that again. Take a nice deep breath. This should be the time of the day that none of your stresses can touch you. Let's carve out a little peaceful time in the day. Gotta do it somewhere. All right, this time we're gonna come down to the center and just hang here by your toes. So again, you can kind of move around a little bit, feel where you're tight. I'm gonna take my hands and clasp them behind my back and then let them rest over my head. And this feels really good for the shoulders and upper back as well. All right. We did use the legs a little bit today, so we're going to stretch out the front of our thighs as well, our quadriceps. So pull that foot up to your butt and just enjoy that little stretch there for a little bit. All right, I'm going to switch sides. Alright, so next up we're going to do a more traditional stretch. So you're going to take your arm across your chest and pull right here so you feel a nice stretch through your tricep area. Kind of rock back and forth and the legs a little bit while you do this. The sniffles today, I'm sorry. Alright, I'm going to switch sides. Pull that across there. Again, nice deep breaths. It's the end of the workout. It's the best part of the workout, possibly. Alright, now I'm going to take your hand overhead and pull that shoulder down. And again, you can kind of lean into this one and get a good torso stretch again. Alright, switch sides. Alright, let's go ahead and do a wall chest stretch. So if you can find anything that you can rest your hands against, basically, press your palm flat against it and then rotate away from it so you get a good stretch with your chest here. Alright, switch sides. So if you made it all the way through this, I would love to know what you thought. If this is something that you think you could do while you're traveling or if you don't have access to equipment, I would love to hear if you are sore or not. So make sure and let me know what you thought of this. I'm always listening. I can't reply to all the comments, but I'm always reading and trying to bring fun new stuff to you guys. So your suggestions are never unheard. Just know that. All right, so other than that, I think we're good here. So make sure and drink a whole bunch of water. Make sure that you eat a good, healthy, whole foods meal as soon as you can after this workout is done. If not, go for a hearty snack. Otherwise, just make sure you take care of yourself, and hopefully I will see you back here tomorrow. Good job, guys. This workout is complete.